So, hello Amer, welcome again. And you were talking about why don't the Gazans move into Israel?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
They are not
technically
allowed to.
they're not allowed to
Uh-huh.
go there. They don't have an Israeli citizenship,
Mm-hmm.
and going you can have a lease to get inside, but that was before the 7th of October. Gazans had like walking
Permits.
permits to go inside, but like for a day, maximum two, and also in the West Bank.
So, right now, there was a lot of talk about we just want to finish the state called Israel. And then they would have assimilated. Why didn't they just assimilated these people? I mean, we are also talking about a third power here, which is of terror, which is Hamas,
Yeah.
which I think is Lebanese. Is it Lebanese?
There,
And the people also, we also talked about this, that people say that Netanyahu actually promoted Hamas at one point in time, and you said that it was to finish. There was a militant wing among the Palestinians in Palestine, which was called Fateh.
Fatah, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
So yeah, the idea that people say that Netanyahu created Hamas isn't exactly true, but also isn't that wrong. Hamas was by itself created in their own ideology, and in certain point of time, Netanyahu did encourage their power seeking, so he can divide the power in Palestine and kick the militant Fatah out, which they did. Fatah now only control the West Bank, but in more political
And where is it
peace.
now, when West Bank is being bombed daily? Is Fateh? I mean, who is in power in Palestine?
In Palestine, you have the West Bank, which there you have Fatah. They are more. They're not militant. They're more have a political power, and they have sort of a relationship with Israel, not a militant one or an enemy one. They're just from far away. But in Gaza, since I think 2008.
How big is it to Palestine today as it is?
I'm not quite sure how much percentage of the whole land it is, but you got the majority of Arabs in the region are from Gaza and the West Bank. I think there are. I'm not quite sure, but I'm
I
almost sure
think
there are more than 3 million.
is it 20% of what Palestine was, and how big was Palestine after the creation of Israel? I think the state of Palestine was cut up in two pieces,
Yeah.
and one was given to Israel. But today, the Palestine that exists, the country, is 80% gone.
Yeah, it surely shrunk
Yeah.
from what was once in a couple of wars that were in the region. But yeah, it's I think I can say surely that it's less than what firstly was.
Yeah, on the day of the creation of
Yeah.
Israel. Yeah. So, I mean, we hope for peace and we hope for negotiation. No wonder how terrible this sounds right now. It's almost sounding impossible. But, if it was possible to really talk face to face with Hamas, and get maybe hostages, half of them are dead, and to expect, from the people of Palestine, if they know Hamas and their hiding places, I don't think it's a smart country like Israel does that or can hope for it. But they are in a very bad shape, the people in Palestine. Anyways, point is, where do we go from here? Where do you see a solution?
I'm not quite sure. I think we've passed point of any solution. I think this kind of stuff.
No, but why not just go back to that previous border, or the day that Israel was conquered, created, and return all the occupied zones, the occupied parts of. Today it seems like they have songs of occupation.
Yeah. I think this this is a solution, but it's far from reality right now because I don't think the government in Israel in any situation would want
But
to
there are
give
but
some
there are
land to Palestinians.
family members of the hostages are protesting against this genocide.
Yes, they not exactly. You have some that protest against genocide. That, they call it genocide, and they protest against stopping the war. But like I said before, many Israelis want to stop the war for the hostage to get back, and not stopping the war for the sake of Palestinians dying. You understand the
I
difference between.
understand the difference, yes.
So I
And
think
I
you have.
wish that there was more humanity
Yeah.
in the area, there was more acceptance
Yeah.
on the part of all the other Muslim countries as well. Like, Israel was attacked on the third day of its creation and so on and so forth. The reason that I'm saying this is because, if you really want to find a solution, you also want to make sure that it will not be, that there can be peace.
Yes, this peace. I think this is the ultimate goal at the end.
Yeah.
But you have the main power in the government right now. I think major part of it belongs to a radical right wing, like I don't know if you know Ben Gvir, which is a type of ideology called I think religion Zionism. And they believe that, if I'm not wrong, that for the Messiah to come, and the day of judgment begins, you need to prepare the land for him and have the complete Israel. And that's why the settlers go on settling many places, so that they can expand this territory and make it more and more purely Jewish. And these people, I think, they are the main problem from stopping the war, and also they're the main reason it continues. And Netanyahu just depends on them to stay at his chair and his power. So if he doesn't agree with them, he still needs them so he can still be in the power. So that's a very big problem. That there's the pure
Yeah, the
ideology.
militant Jewish feeling has to be suppressed. This ideology has to be also contained.
Yeah.
All kinds of militancy and terror on the other side has to be contained, and so on and so forth. But we are very far away from anything like that.
Very
I
far.
just hope the very best. Well, for you personally, and I truly wish you lots of success in Israel. Do you have plans to spend your life in Israel, or would you like to migrate? Like, for example, I am an Indian, and there are lots of Indians living in many, many countries. We migrate.
Yeah.
For many, many reasons.
Yeah.
People from America are migrating to Portugal. Yesterday I met an old gentleman from France who has migrated to Portugal,
Yeah.
People migrate for many reasons. So will you be living in Israel, or will you be living somewhere else?
That's a hard question. I think just
Right now.
Yeah, I think the future. We will see what the future holds for
And
us.
do you have family in Israel where your parents?
All my family are the close one are in. I think all my family are in Israel. You can say that. But yeah, that's the hard problem. I think culturally and family, friends, they're all there. So moving to another place, it could be safe, and you don't hear like every couple of days a siren. You have to go to the bunker.
Yeah.
But there's things to try to take in mind. But if I want someday kids and a family, it's hard for me to think about them growing up in a hostile environment like Israel. But I wish the ideal thing is to have.
And
just
is
peace.
there a mosque inside Israel?
You do have mosques. Yeah.
And there are prayer calls and everything.
Yeah, you have mosque. You have mosque in Muslim cities and villages where there are Muslim people. But yeah,
And people get married, and there are celebrations, and they have kids.
yeah. I think they have in their own life. They have a regular one.
They do have a life
Yeah.
in so many ways, but in so many ways it is totally constrained because getting allowed to marry and have kids is that's. I mean, if we have to count it